Krewnami, we back.
What's happening, man?
We back, baby.
Yes,
Word, you know what I'm saying? We got a lot of good praises from the last one. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely had to bring you back for a part 2.
I appreciate it.
Feel me? So I just want to know, cause I don't think we covered this one on the last interview. You know what I'm saying? Where do you get your influence from, man?
Well, for the most part, like, remember when Cole said he like the bridge between the gap, like he big bro and he little bro at the same time? It's kind of like, okay, I'm an early 90s baby, so that means like I'm in my late 20s. So it's like I came up in the, you know, I know about Tupac, I know about Biggie, all of that, and then that early 2000s wave with, you know, Ludacris and 50 and Hot Boys, Wayne and all that, and now it's coming over to like, you know, the Chief Keefs, the Dirks, the Thugs and all of that. So I got to embrace all of that still at a very young age. So it's like I pull influences from like today's music, because I mean I sound like today's music, but for the older people that's like 35, 40 plus, not like old, but the older people, like the 80s babies, if you listen to my music, you can tell I'm very influenced by like kind of more so back then.
There's a lot of artists that feel like bloggers make shit hot, like they cause attention to some of the wrong things. Like they might, you know, highlight some of the negative things that artists don't want them to highlight, but if you want to put it out there, then people are going to pick up on it. That's how I feel about it. How do you feel about the bloggers?
Now, when you talking about like the blogging, like I remember back before, like that was like some lame shit, but now that's like its own lane or its own entity now, and it's a major thing, just like how podcasting wasn't a big thing. Podcasting and blogging is the new shit now. With the blogging shit, you know, that's like that's the hood news. Mm-hmm. It's just like CNN or something like that. And these bloggers, some of them, I don't feel like they're intentionally trying to stir up beef, but if your shit is reaching the masses and niggas know about it and you talking this shit in your songs or whatever, when you beefing or who died, who got shot, whatever case may be, yeah, that's exciting. People want to know about that, especially because it's kind of more safe when it's kind of like, it don't got nothing to do with me, but you know, you kind of like, you know, when you riding on 295, you riding down the highway or something, and then you ever be like in traffic and the traffic be bumper to bumper, you're like, yo, what the fuck is going on? And then you stuck in bumper to bumper traffic for 30 minutes to an hour, then the traffic break free and it start flowing, then he's like, you look over and you see it's an accident. Everybody was rubbernecking, like it don't got shit to do with you, but you owe, like what's that? Yeah. People want to know about what's going on, but at the same old time, it's like, ain't no, these bloggers and people that's doing interviews, they don't got they mans with an AR pointed at you like, nigga, you gonna answer these questions. Nah, like people, like if you don't want to talk about it, you don't have to.
Right.
How is it that man's fault that, oh, he's trying to stir up? If you ask me, like let's say if I was one of them rappers that I was beefing with niggas in a different county or different towns. Yeah, so what's going on with such and such, because Lil such and such said your name in the song and he said something. No comment. I don't talk about that. Next question.
Right.
If you ask me, yo, because you know, yeah, I had heard that, you know, you had caught the gun charges and blase blah, and then you had beat the case. How you beat? No comment. I don't want to talk about it.
Right. I just seen plenty of people do it.
Niggas incriminate themselves. Ain't nobody making you say shit. Ain't nobody making you speak on nothing, because at the same old time, it's the blogger's fault that niggas out here beefing and quote unquote stirring up the beef. What's the difference of a nigga asking you your perspective on your situation, and then he goes to the other hood and asks the nigga his side? What's the difference between you saying what you got to say on a song and he saying what he got to say on? What's the difference?
Right. You
so
putting it out there.
So it's the blogger's fault that the beef is stirring up, but it's not your fault because you.
Right.
Come on, my nigga.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying?